Welcome to yet another video in our news automation series. In today's video, we are going to be focusing mainly on news video generation. So I'm going to be taking you through the script generation process, how the human editor edits the script if the need arises, and we are going to be generating the video itself. So without further ado, let's go right into the video. So here on the screen, we have the workflow for generating the initial video that would later get sent to teams for review. So the first automation or the first application on our workflow is Airtable. So we have Airtable as our trigger. So the action is to watch record. We are telling Airtable to watch record. But what record is he watching? So in our previous video, you would have seen how we generated approved articles, right? So it's going to be watching video is going to be watching new records on that table for approved articles. So the trigger is going to be the last modified time, and then it's going to be viewing from the approved articles view. So let's go right into Airtable so that you get a clearer understanding. So this is Airtable. The grid view contains everything, every new news that gets generated. Every news that gets generated is in the grid view. So once we've edited and then an article gets edited and approved, it gets sent into the approved article. So how did we generate this approved article view? So you'd right click on the grid view, duplicate view, and when you do that, you can rename it if you want. And once you've renamed it, you would place a filter here. So where admin approval is approved, so you filter all the records to when admin approval is approved, and that's what we have here. So what we have here is all the approved articles that has been edited and approved. It has everything complete: the images, the thread, the Notion link, everything is here. So why we are using the last modified time is because when an article gets created, the created time doesn't change. But once it gets approved, the modified time definitely changes. And when it changes, it comes here. It's a new record is created here once it gets approved. So we are using the last modified time to pick. So what that Airtable does is it picks the record it has not picked before. So it goes there, picks the last modified time that it has not picked there, depending on how many it has not picked before. So going back to Airtable now, after watching record, the next application in the workflow is the array aggregator. So the array aggregator picks all the records that Airtable was able to get from the table, and then it aggregates them into a single array. Then the iterator picks this array. Let me open this up so that you see. So it picks the name, the title, article identifier, Notion link, all of this, and then it aggregates them into a single array. Then the iterator picks this array and then separates them into different bundles. So the first ChatGPT application on our workflow is drafting the script proper. So this ChatGPT basically picks the article and then generates a social media script for our YouTube, for our social media, any social media platform of your choice. And then we gave it a 1,500 word limit. You can give it whatever limit you want. So you handle TikTok, you critique the news, feedback. So basically this generates social media scripts, make the script engaging and not more than 1,005 characters long, like I said earlier. Then this generates a title too based off of the approved article. So return only this SEO optimized title and nothing else. Don't use any markdown syntax. So all of this was just to tell it to generate and add a title for our social media. Then this generates a description for YouTube, so that we can put in the description box before we post. So this also makes use of the approved article to generate this. Then we go to create a record with Airtable to save both the script draft, the title, and then the YouTube description on Airtable. We also save it with a script ID. The script ID is usually unique for every record it generates. So we save it in the script ID. This script ID is going to be the unique identifier that we are going to use to edit it, which I'm going to talk about coming up. So after we save it, we send a message to Teams. So you are going to create a connection. I'm sure you'd have seen how to do that in the previous video. You create a connection, you send a message, channel message. So what we did was we created channels for we created channels where we would send our articles, we created channels where we would send our scripts, we created channels where we would edit, we created channels where we would send our approved unique identifier, unique ID. So you send it to a channel, the team ID, the channel ID. So we are sending it to a channel named Make Automation, and then this is the message we are sending. So from whatever we saved on Airtable, we are going to be sending the video script ID, which is the unique identifier, like I mentioned, the version, because if an editing is going to take place, there will definitely be different versions, and we want to get all of that saved regardless if we are using it or not, regardless of if we are using it or not. We want to save everything. So we are saving it based on version. The first one that gets generated is version 1. And then if a human editor edits and a new one is created, is version 2, and so on and so forth. So we are saving the version, we are saving the title, the description, and the script. And the content type is text. So once this runs, a message is sent to Teams. Since that's the last item on the workflow, a message is sent to Teams. So we are going to go into Teams now. This is the channel it gets sent to Make Automation. We're going to be opening that up. So this is what gets sent. Video script ID this, version this, title this, description, and then the script itself, which is this. So you get to read through. If there are any corrections you want to make, let's say make the scripts more engaging. Let's just use that. We're going to copy the ID and the version. Approved. We're going to go to news video comments. This is the channel that we created for editing. We're going to come here, start a post, put this here, and then just copy this. So for I would say maybe make it more engaging. Title comment, I'll leave that as none. Description comments, non-script comment, I'll leave it as make it more engaging, and then I will post this. Okay, sent. So moving on to the next workflow, we're going to news video transformation. That is the human in the loop. This is where the human editor comes in. So this first Teams, the action is to watch messages. So it watches messages in the news video comments if there are any new comments that have been dropped. So once it watches and it retrieves a comment, then ChatGPT separates the comment into version, ID, title comment, description comment, and script comment like we've seen before, and then returns a response in a JSON format like we've done previously. Then a JSON application passes the JSON. So our data structure, we are using comment structure here. And then Airtable, our action for Airtable is search record. So Airtable goes to a new table that we generated, HeyGen scenes. It searches for the post title. Okay, I might have missed this in the previous. Let's go back to number 6. So where Airtable is saving the social media posts, the scripts, and the YouTube description is no longer in article segments. It's on a new table called HeyGen since. So we created a table majorly for videos. We created a table that would use to store all our data concerning videos. So in this table we have the post title, the social media scripts, we created columns for the generated scene, created time, last modified, YouTube description, agent scenes, version, is it approved or not, the script ID, title comments, description comments, script comments, and then the YouTube link. So going back to the previous one, so um Airtable is going to set records in the post title, in the social media scripts, in the YouTube description, version, script ID, and it's going to look for records where the script ID, that's a unique identifier that it gets from this Microsoft team, is equals to the one that is on the record on our table. It's going to search that, it's going to bring out the exact record that it got from Microsoft Teams using the unique identifier, which is the script ID. And then it's also going to find the exact version, because the unique identifier can be used for different versions. We could have script ID version 1, the same script ID version 2, the same script ID version 3. So it's going to look for the script ID for the version that it gets from Microsoft Teams. And then the limit is one, since it's getting one record at a time. Then if there are comments, if the human editor puts in comments for the title, maybe it asks ChatGPT to regenerate the title or remodify the title. This ChatGPT is responsible for regenerating the title, generating a new title for it. This ChatGPT is responsible. If there are comments for the YouTube description, this ChatGPT is responsible for correcting or regenerating the YouTube description based off of the comments left by the human editor. And if there are comments for the scripts, this ChatGPT is responsible for regenerating the scripts, and then we create another record in HeyGen scenes, and then we post this new record. Note that this new record would have the same script ID, but different, as the case may be. If there are comments for the title, the description, and then the script, it would have different records for those. And then in our version box here, we input a formula that will change the version. So it's going to add one to the previous version. So if the version that is going to pick from Teams is version 2, this formula is going to add one to it and make it version 3. If it's version 4, and so on and so forth. Then we are going to save in the script ID, the title comments, and description comments that it gets from JSON. We're going to save it here, and then we're going to send a message back to Teams that we've generated a new script. Please come and edit it. So this is the message. You get sent back to make automation, script ID, the version, the title, the description, just like in the previous one, and then we'll save. And so we're going to run this one so that it picks the previous record we just put into the Teams channel, so that we'll use it to generate an approved version. So it has run, and then it picked what we put into the channel. If you see the script comments, make it more engaging, like I earlier stated, and it has generated a new article for us. So we're going to check it out. Make automations. Okay, so it generated a new one for us. Okay. Let's say we've read it and we are okay with it. We're going to come back here and copy if you notice, the version changed because of the formula that was in the formula box. So we're going to come here and copy it, and then go to the channel we created for the approved news videos. We come here and we send a message containing the unique ID and the version that we want to generate a video with. And then we post this. Okay, sent. So going on to the last bit of news video generation. So this next teams goes to the channel, the approved channel, and then it's it goes to the approved news channel, and then it picks whatever is there, whatever that it has not seen before. It picks that, just like the previous ones did. And then this ChatGPT separates the text into video and ID, and then returns a response in a JSON format like it did before. This passes the JSON. So the data structure we are using now is approved media. And then this retrieves the record to be approved. So the same way we did in the previous workflow, in the previous scenario, where the script ID is equal to whatever is gotten from team. So in this case, we're using JSON because it has passed it already. So where the script ID is equal to whatever is gotten from JSON, and the version is equal to whatever is gotten from JSON on our table on Airtable, HeyGen create a video using the script ID or the script that is there. So HeyGen, you create a connection on HeyGen using the API key. So for HeyGen, it depends on whatever avatar you want to use. HeyGen has a series of free templates to choose from, or you can generate your own avatar. For us, we generated our own avatar. So there are a lot of templates here to choose from. You can decide on whatever you want to go with. You can choose any one from here, or you can go ahead to generate your own avatar. In our case, we generated our own avatar, and that's what we're going to be using. So the character setting, we're using an avatar, the one we generated. So this is the avatar we generated that we are using, empowering innovation with AI. That's what we called it. And then avatar scale must be lower than or equals to 2. So we just put in 1 there. Avatar style, normal. Martin, no. Voice type, text. Voice ID. We also created an ID for our voice. So if you go to AI voice on HeyGen, you would pick any accent you want. It would be able to automatically generate an audio for you using your voice that you've pre-programmed into HeyGen. It's going to use your pre-programmed, accentuate it with an accent that you pick from here, and it will use that to generate your videos for you. So here we did that. We're making use of empowering innovations with AI for all our videos. So going back to make, so voice speech must be a number between 0.5 and 1.5. Voice emission method, broadcaster, title of the video, post title that we generated previously, callback ID, you put in your dimensions 1280 and 720, and then you save, and then you would update the video ID and approval. So for that same, so using the record ID we got previously, you would save the HeyGen scenes in that same record, for that same record. For the record where we have that script ID, we'll save this HeyGen scene on that same record, and then we'll save. So in that case, we've generated the video already. So next up is video publishing. So our trigger for the video publishing is HeyGen. So HeyGen watches for new videos. So on HeyGen, it takes approximately 5 to 7 minutes for a video to get generated. So HeyGen waits till that video gets generated, and then it will pick that video using the web using a webhook. You are going to put in your address here. If you don't have one, HeyGen will generate one for you. First of you definitely put in your connection. Then Airtable searches records. So where the video ID that HeyGen gets from that video is equals to what is already on HeyGen in HeyGen sense here. Yeah. So when the video ID that it gets from here is equals to whatever it picks from here, it's going to update the record, and then it's going to put in the video. So the previous scenario was saving the record ID. It was saving the agent's ID. Why this one is saving the video itself. So it's going to save the URL and it's going to save the video ID for the generated scene. And then HTTP, we use HTTP to get a file and then we upload it to YouTube. So we also create a connection for you would also create a connection for YouTube. And then for the title, you'd using search record, you would navigate to the post title, get that, map that in. Then the file name, we're using the video ID for the file name. Then the data is from the file that HTTP got. The category is news and politics. The privacy status, you can set this to public or private, but we set it to private at first. Then the description, and yes, you save that. And so that is that for the video generation and publishing phase. So I'm going to run this previous scenario to pick what we left in the approved channel. So this is generating the video. Like I said, it takes approximately 5 to 7 minutes for you to generate a new video. So if we go to projects, okay, so this is the new video is generating. It's going to take a while. So we would wait for this to finish generating. When it's ready, we're going to come back to it. So this is done generating. Let's play it to be sure. Yep. So let's go and publish to YouTube. Okay, so there are one records in the queue to be processed. It has noticed that there's a new video there. So we're going to run this, use the existing data because it has already generated it. And we'll wait. And yes, that was quick. It's been uploaded to YouTube already. So we're going to go to the channel. Yeah, and our video is here ready for publishing. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to our channel if you found this useful in any way. Look out for our next video where we'll be talking about how we were able to, generate the summary for the week. Till then, bye for now.